Hello, my name is Yemi. You're welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I create a bob with a Lagos Hairline. So stay tuned. For today's look, I'm using a 6x4 lace closure and two bundles of 10 and 12 inches bundle. This lace closure size is custom, so it might not be available to you, but you can use a 6x6 lace closure for the same look, and it's still going to give you the same results. This particular wig was meant for a client, and I'm going by a head measurement. Once I have our measurements down, I went ahead to tuck away the excess cap. Make sure that you do this for your wigs. It's going to help the wig fit better. It's going to help with the overall look as well. Once I'm done with the cap, I'm going to go ahead and install my lace closure, and I'm making sure to align it properly in the middle, just like that. Make sure that you get this right, because this is going to show in your cuts, your feet, and your look as well. You have to start building the symmetry right from the wig making. And right here, I'm just showing you that if you pull your lace closure to the back like that, it's wrong. You have to maintain the same 1 inch in the middle, maintain the same 1 inch on the side as well. Then I'm going to go ahead and mark down my guidelines on my cap. This is going to serve as a roadmap on the sewing machine. This is our roadmap. Okay, you don't have to sew on the white line. You don't have to follow it to a T. Just make sure that whatever track you sew on your cap is parallel to these lines. So you can either sew on the line, sew in the middle of the lines, but make sure that the weft is parallel to this line, and you're going to be fine. Don't forget to get rid of the fabric underneath the lace closure. This is going to help us maneuver properly on the sewing machine. For a precise cut on my weft, I'm using a thread cutter. You can use a scissors if that is what you have, but I find that for me this is very helpful. The thread cutter goes into the weft and gives it a clean cut. It doesn't free my weft and it just makes things a lot easier. And plus, it's easier to pick up instead of trying to, squeeze my fingers into a pair of scissors. Just in case you were wondering, I'm using a straight stitch at the moment. If you're a beginner, you can use a zigzag stitch. You might find it a lot easier, but I just personally prefer the straight stitch. My wig comes out flatter, it's neater. I don't have to keep threading bobbin. For the whole wig, I only use one bobbin, and the inside of my wig look cleaner. Yeah, and I can sew as much track as I want. Basically, if you're comfortable with the straight stitch, I highly recommend. my last track that is close to the lace closure, I always switch to the zigzag stitch. It just allows me to sew very close to the lace closure, and it ensures that my track doesn't move over time from wear and tear of brushing the wig, because the wig will stretch, the cap will stretch over time. If we say months or years down the line, the cap will stretch maybe like a few centimeters. So when that happens, I don't want that gap in between my last weft and my lace closure. So that's why I use the zigzag stitch for this purpose. As soon as you finish sewing your wig, make sure that you turn it inside out and cut off all the loose thread. I can guarantee you that if you don't do this right now, at this step of making the wig, you are going to forget. I went ahead to bleach my knot on my wig. I have an in-depth tutorial that shows this process, so I'm going to leave the link in the description of this video. I then followed with a neutralizing shampoo, and I did a deep conditioning treatment as well on the wig. And then on towel dried hair, I applied some argan oil. Right here, I'm just showing you guys what I'm going to be tweezing off of the lid closure. So basically, you want to create like a letter M right in the middle. How wide or how narrow you want your M shape to be, it's really up to you and your face shape. But for the purpose of this wig, like I said earlier, it's for my client. This is what we had discussed. I went ahead to ventilate some extra hairs on the side, as you can see. I thought there's lace there anyway, so I cut that off. So I made use of that extra lace. That's another tip for you if you know how to ventilate hair. To achieve a very precise cut on my bob, it's very important that your wig is straight. So basically, the straighter your wig is before you cut it, the more precise you can get your cut. So to achieve this purpose, I went ahead to run my straightener on the wig a couple of times. Once I'm happy with my cuts, I went ahead to give it a proper press this time around. And I don't know if you notice, I'm not bumping it in. That is the look I'm going for. I'm going for a straight cut. I don't want like a curved bob at all. So I'm making sure not to get carried away because I'm so used to bobs that are curled in. So during this process, I'm making sure that I remind myself to keep the straightener straight. And just because I'm so extra when it comes to my wigs and I'm such a perfectionist, I went ahead to check my cuts again after straightening it for the second time. Yeah. You don't have to do this, guys. One time is okay, but feel free to go ahead and check your cut, because sometimes some hairs might be hidden somewhere, and by the time you straighten it the second time, you just see it poking out under the wig. So that is why I'm doing this, so that I can be extra sure that my cut is as precise as I want it. That's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you've learned a thing or two from this video. If you do, make sure to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and share it to someone. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye.